Hey, everybody. How's it going? So, I wanted to talk about something that I promised you a couple of weeks ago, actually. This is something about human design, and it really can help you figure out what role you're here to play in life. Now, I'm not talking about what you should be when you grow up or, you know, what niche you should be as an entrepreneur and a service based provider. Those are all great and fine. And I wanted to, okay, I'm not really familiar with the Facebook Live too much, but I wanted to pop in and tell you about human design profiles playing the role of your life. And what this means is if you already know your type and you already know your strategy and authority, then you know a little bit about human design and how to maybe apply in your life. If you don't know how to apply it in your life, I do human design consult. So you can check the link in the comments and or in the description, and we'll get you hooked up. So anyway, I want to talk about human design profile types and the names that I really like. And they're not my names. I did not make them up. I might make up my own, not sure. Anyway, there are 12 human design profiles. And this is made up of a combination of the 6 lines in the I Ching. So you've got line 1 through 6, and they are all different, carry a different energy. And the first of the 12 profiles, now, if you haven't, let me go back. If you have not seen that uh, episode of YouTube, I'll put the link in the comment in the description. I'll put the link in the description so that you can go back and watch that. But if you're curious about profiles, you already know your type and your design. Check this out. Out of the 12, we're going to start with the 1-3 profile. Now, essentially, you've got 2 numbers at the top of your chart. And there's the conscious side and the subconscious side or the unconscious side. Now, the first number is your conscious side. So the first number that I'm going to mention in these profiles are the ones that you may be aware of, and you're like, oh yeah, I totally do that. Oh yeah, I'm totally like that. The second number in the profile is your subconscious, which you may or may not notice, but your friends and family probably notice about you, right? So let's get started. We've got profile 1-3. Now, this is a really cool thing. It means you can be focused and you could be a free spirit. It's like the experimenter. I'm sorry. The 1 is very grounded in research, and the 3 is very much the experimenter. So you research, and then you're like, yay, I finally have a grasp on it mentally. I'm going to totally go and experiment with that, right? So that's how that profile kind of jives. If you are a coach, this is particularly helpful because you might research about your type of client niche or something like that. But sometimes, and the shadow side of this is that you could get caught in being comfortable in that research and not moving forward. At the same time, you want to experiment, and it's great to experiment because that's how we learn. However, sometimes you can get afraid of experimenting and failing, right? So I want to invite you, if you are a 1-3 profile, to allow yourself to let go a little bit, to experiment more, and not get too deep into the research, but do just enough research for you that makes you feel comfortable. Also, jumping outside of the box and getting a little bit closer to your edge of comfort or uncomfort is definitely a good step for growth. Okay, next profile, the 1-4. Now, as you can imagine, the 1, again, research, and the 4 is like the networker, right? Traditionally, it's called the opportunist. I don't like that. I call it the networker. This is where you have a friend say, I know a guy, right? Remember we said that on the last one. So you research, and then you test it out with a group of friends and they give you feedback. And then you see things that are opportunities and you're like, oh, wait, yeah. So my friend said I was good at this. And my friend said I was good at that. And then you go and research it again. So you can go back and forth, flip back and forth between the 1-4. Now, you will have a tendency probably to research and research and research. And you know this about yourself. And it might not be so apparent that you're checking in with your friends and or family and you're just really networking, right? You could be afraid to network, or you could be doing it in a manner that doesn't feed your soul. So you got to watch out for that. But basically, the 1-4 profile is you're very intentional with who you connect with. You could have a possibility to like research your friends before you actually jump into the relationship. That could happen. Another thing is the third profile we're going to talk about. Yes, because I'm doing this from notes and I'm trying to talk live. Hello. If you're watching this, tell me what you think about the profiles. Tell me what you think you are. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Next is the 2-4 profile. Now, there is a human design expert. Her name is Nicole Leno, and she calls this the mysterious flirt, which I find hilarious because I don't think I'm a mysterious flirt, and I am a 2-4 profile. Sorry, it's funny. I think it's cute though. This is basically the hermit and the opportunist, as traditional human design people call it. Now, you can find yourself, I call this the true ambivert, right? You can find yourself hiding away and then your friends call you out. You can also find yourself spending a lot of time with friends and you're not spending enough time in your alone time. So for this profile in particular, you do need a lot of alone time to process what you've done on the end of the friends and the networking. And so it's really a balance. They also call this the natural genius. And the reason why is because 2 profile lines in particular, they know they like to be alone and create. And sometimes they get stuck in that. That's like the shadow side of it, right? I can talk all day long about the 2-4 profile because I am one and I've experimented with it over the last 3 years. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because for the longest time, everybody thought, or I thought that I was like, totally, I love all my friends, all the things, right? Because I was leaning more into the subconscious side because people were calling me out to do stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this is great. But what I didn't realize is I don't need to take the opinions, thoughts, and feelings of others and take them in and embody them, right? That's not, I really like my alone time. When I was a kid, I used to go out into the forest by myself to look for baby birds to help because I wanted to be a veterinarian. And that right there really shows the difference between my 2 line and my 4 line, and combined, making a balance of having alone time and being in nature and then having friend time and hanging out, because I need both, right? It's very nourishing for me to have both. So that connection and that alone time, which is connection with self, really. Okay. Next profile, the 2-5, 2 line, natural genius. The 5 line, oh my gosh, a leader. 5 lines are meant to lead the masses. Now, if you have a 5 line in your profile and it is in the subconscious section, the second number in there, then you may not realize how much of a leader you are. And people will have to call you out for that. But it may, if you're not used to it, make you feel very, very uncomfortable, right? So you want to make sure that if you are a 2-5, that you give yourself enough space and grace and then show up in all of your leadership glory in that energy. And one of the ways we can do this is by using Reiki to release the preconditioned thoughts and ground yourself into who you are. So I do sessions like that, and they're pretty incredible, especially when you've had kind of a rough day, or you've been around a lot of people that have kind of crapped on you, for lack of a better word. And so I think I'm going to have to do another video for this. I don't want the videos to go too long. My goal is about 8 minutes because, let's be honest, we're not gonna, you know, we're not gonna hang around here all day. so, so let me get to one more, and then we'll continue on a different video. Okay, so the next profile line is the 3-5. And Nicole Leno calls this the experimental leader. I really like this term because you are a leader and your friends know it, your family knows it, even if they might not show it. But here's the deal: on the outside, to a lot of energy sensitive people, they could be taken aback by your stamina, your leadership, and your experimental nature, right? So you could just like go and screw stuff up and then do it again and then screw stuff up and then experiment again and back and forth, and you like a lot of things and all the, and you're trying all this stuff, and you could be very out in the front with it, and people can be like, wait, what's she doing, what's going on, what's he doing, the 3-5 profile, especially when we're not in alignment with our true nature, can be very off-putting for other people, especially energy sensitive people, and especially energy sensitive people that are not aligned themselves, right? This is a profile that's very dynamic and beautiful and authentic. When I first got into human design, I didn't really know much about the different profiles. And then I kept finding like 3-5 manifesting generators, right? And I was like, oh my God, these people, their energy. I am an energy sensitive person. I have a lot of open bits in my chart, right? And also, I wasn't really aligned with my human design when I first started either. I'm still working on it. They say deconditioning takes 7 years, right? But there's that. So I want to leave you with this: whether you're a 1-3, a 1-4, a 2-4, a 2-5, or a 3-5 profile, get in touch with who you really are. Take a look at your chart, see if you have one of those profile lines, see if this resonates for you, and then let me know in the comments below. Now, I'm going to do the next ones on a different video because I want to keep these nice and short so that you don't have to sit here and watch a giant video that's 2.5 hours long, like the one my friend sent me the other day. And it was so cool, but I couldn't sit through the 2.5 hours. Like, I'm a movie watcher, but watching stuff about civil engineering is a little bit much for me in one go. So anyway, I hope this resonates with you. If it does, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see more awesome tips on how to live your life in a spiritually grounded way. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.